Hey everybody, Mark Salas here at Best Realty. Got Travis Harrington. We're talking some more. We figured we'd turn back on the camera and talk about some more things, and you know what? We want to talk about VA myths. Tell us about the VA myths that you
Sure. Yeah. So we had covered. A lot of people think because the company they're working with has a veteran in the name of the company that they have to work with them because they think it's VA. A lot of those same people have the same misconception that because it's a VA loan, they have no costs associated with that loan, or that the VA covers those costs for them.
And no matter what, they're going to have costs.
There's
You're
a
getting
cost
a loan.
associated. Yep.
There's a cost to obtain that mortgage.
Yeah,
to obtain
absolutely.
That loan.
Yep.
People don't work for free. Companies don't work for free.
Right. Everybody, we all got to make a living. We're not in the charity business, so there are costs to acquire a loan, whether it's VA or any other loan type.
Okay.
And in fact, VA actually charges what's called a VA funding fee.
Okay.
And so VA charges the veteran, and I'm one myself, I've paid this before, the VA funding fee is a percentage of the loan amount that's added to the loan amount. So it's not something that's paid directly at closing out of pocket, but it is a fee that's added to the transaction. So
is that something that varies from lender or from individual to individual? Because I've heard some people that say that they're 100% disabled.
Yep. And actually, the VA rule says if you received compensation for a disability, you may not have to pay the funding fee.
Okay.
So I mean, if you had 5%, potentially VA will determine whether or not you have to pay that. If you're at 10%, it's automatic. 10% or greater, the VA funding fee is waived.
Okay, so the funding fee is what?
Percentage-wise?
Yeah. I mean, that's the fee. You have your closing costs, right?
Right, so you have your normal closing costs that you would have regardless of loan type.
Okay.
And then in addition to that, you have the VA funding fee, which is a direct fee from VA.
Okay.
Doesn't go to the lender, doesn't go to anybody else. VA charges the veteran to use their entitlement.
All right, perfect.
Yep.
And then if you have a disability or a certain percentage of that disability and it's verified, at that point in time, the VA fee may be waived or...
Yeah, if you're 10% or greater, it's absolutely waived.
Okay, all right.
If
that
you're
makes
under
sense.
that, it's VA's discretion.
So for people, it's very important that they tell you that, right?
Yep,
When they
absolutely.
fill them out. Have
And
you,
in fact, that's one of my questions.
It is one of the questions.
Absolutely,
Okay, great. So
yep.
you're going to ask them, hey, tell me a
You're
little bit
receiving
about this.
compensation from the VA.
Okay,
And, if they're active duty, generally that's a no.
but that doesn't mean they don't have closing costs. They
Right,
still got the
they
closing
still have
costs, they
closing
just don't
costs.
have the funding fee.
Correct. Yep,
Perfect.
still have closing costs.
All right,
Absolutely.
sounds good. All right,
Yep.
that makes sense. So we got someone, they go and they apply. You're gonna run through all the questions and say, okay, we got your application. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. At that point in time, once you get them approved, what happens there? I mean, they start shopping, but once they start shopping, you get the loan, and then you actually start going through the loan. How does that process work? Is it any different from a VA loan to a conventional loan or an FHA loan?
So there's a couple extra steps that I take on VA loans, and that's to pull the veteran's certificate of eligibility, just to make sure that they do have that entitlement, because there's a whole, myriad rules that dictate whether or not you have VA entitlement. So I always want to make sure that up front.
So someone thinks they do, but you
Right, they may not.
double-check
They
and
may
make sure
have,
you're good.
they may have been short of whatever the requirement was, and they don't have entitlement.
Okay.
And so, that's happened before. I pull the COE, doesn't come in. I do more investigation as to why. Maybe they had a dishonorable discharge, or something happened where they don't have the entitlement. And
Okay, so
and
that
then
plays
you
a
don't
bit.
absolutely.
All right,
and then, Yep. And then you could very well not have a mortgage at all.
A VA
VA
one,
or
yeah.
otherwise, it really just depends. But yeah.
Okay, all
yeah.
right, gotcha. That
So-
makes sense. Well, I tell you what, any other myths out there, if you want to talk to Travis about your VA mortgage, and if you're entitled or your eligibility, anything, give him a call. We have his information here. I'd love to help, and I'd love to help you as well. So if you have any real estate questions, give me a call. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you guys later.